You're watching Marsha on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to Buzz TV. I'm Marsha Littlejohn. I am here with Mary Frances Womack, and when you see Mary Frances, you know something exciting is happening. Good to see you.
Thanks, Marsha. Great to be here.
Do you know, I think we had a discussion about pineapples, and when we think about pineapples in our community, and of course I remember them so vividly in some of the pineapple plantations in Melbourne and Melbourne Beach, but there's something exciting going on. So let's talk about some of the, I guess it's a pineapple homecoming.
It is.
All right, tell me all about it.
The Hallstrom House.
Yes.
Under the auspices of the Indian River County Historical Society, we have the Hallstrom House. And when Axel Hallstrom originally started the plantation there, he had pineapples.
And where exactly are we talking about?
We are talking about south of Oslo on Old Dixie.
South of Oslo on Old Dixie.
It's the beautiful brick two-story home.
Yes. Oh, and it's open when you have it periodically open.
Every day.
Every day?
Monday through Friday.
Oh, and you talk about history. History in our treasure coast, on our treasure coast, up and down. You think, and a lot of people, many people have no idea that we had such delicious pineapples here.
Right.
Was it you last time you were on where you showed me how to plant a pineapple? Because I've been doing them wrong. You know, I'll just cut the top off and put it down.
Well, that works too. I have a lot that I've done that way.
It takes a long time.
A little longer.
But you said, really, you take off. We're going to do that sometime. We'll have a table here.
You just twist the top off, and then you pull off some of the outer leaves, and you'll see roots there. And then you can start it in the water, or you can put it in the ground.
See, that's what I forget, to pull off the outer leaves.
Yeah, you'll see the roots that are going to come down once those leaves come off.
You can have your own pineapple plantation. This is so fantastic. But when we think about the Hallstrom House, give us a little backstory on the Hallstrom family.
They came originally from Sweden, and they Axel Hallstrom settled in, of course, where most of them do, in Minnesota, and eventually went to Chicago, and his wife was not in good health, and the doctors recommend that he come to a warmer climate. So he came originally to Indrio, which is Fort Pierce, and built there. And
we all know where Indrio Road is.
And there is the Viking cemetery there.
Oh.
That was called Viking originally.
Did they come by boat?
Did they come by boat?
The Vikings?
You know, the Swedes and the Vikings and Norwegians and all that. But he did build there, and it took, he actually, if you've driven by, you'll see 4 buildings on the east side of Old Dixie, and those were the original buildings. And when he built the first, the house that they lived in for several years, it was just the idea that they would live there until the big house was built. And but that was during World War I, and the bricks were all coming from Georgia, and so all the war efforts were put into everything but getting bricks to Florida to build a nice home. And so it actually took them about 10 years that they lived in that little house till they moved across. But he built there so that he could have electricity. And he was the only, as far as I know, the only house during that point that had electricity.
And what was the year now that we're talking about it?
1904, 1908, early 1900s,
right, when the development was
and of course it took him 10 years, so it was around 1918 by the time he really built over there. But he had running water, indoor plumbing, which was very unusual. And so it was great. It's a small, there are 3 bedrooms in there.
I want you to hold the thought. Hold the thought. We're going to take a 60-second break, come back, and I continue, because we're going to be very visual with this and what that Hallstrom House is, and pineapples. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Well, we are back as promised, and we're talking about Pineapple Homecoming. We're here with Mary Frances Womack, and we're talking about a fabulous opportunity for everyone to really kind of feel history, because it truly is. You go back to the early 1900s when things were not developing. Things were just kind of getting started.
Exactly.
And the Hallstroms came from Sweden when?
In the late 1800s, to Minnesota, that area, and then came on down to Florida.
Do you know, that's what I think too, is when you say where they came from originally, because I always thought, you know, my grandparents started here, and of course they didn't. They came from Holland, and of course it was, and then you look at Ohio, and I think, Ohio, that's, you know, northern.
Right.
But then you realize you go back, you have to come from someplace.
Sure.
So this is really kind of the start of what the Treasure Coast was all about. Now, the date of the event, well, you wanted to talk, I wanted you to finish on, though, talking about how they were developing that Hallstrom House and what they did here, because the two little houses, you say, they were living there. They did have running water. How did they get running water?
They had a pump. They had a pump.
They had a well.
Yeah, and a well, yeah. And so they just brought, when they built the big house, they just brought it across.
Artesian well?
Well, that I don't know.
See, this
I
is
would
what, I don't know why I'm so surprised. That's exactly how I grew up a little bit after that.
But he did grow pineapple. That was the whole idea, was to grow pineapple. And then in the freeze of 1917 and 1918, it wiped them out. And he had been on the side working with citrus. So he said, you know, it's not worth, by the time we replant and we have the years that it takes to produce, he just went right into citrus. And so some of those original pineapple plants were given to a relative farther south. She's now moving out of that residence and has donated all those pineapple back to the Hallstrom House.
Oh, how
So we are replanting them. We are welcoming them home because that's where they belong, but they are from the original stock. And so we are having this huge festival, this homecoming celebration, and we have 7 or 8 tents out in the backyard under the shade because it's going to be warm, and we realize that.
Sure.
And we will have such things as Ruth Stanbridge will be doing the history of pineapple in Indian River County, and specifically the Hallstrom House. We will have a couple chefs that will be carving pineapples and sampling. We will have a whole table. We have 8 or 9 different foods that people can taste with pineapples. We have a children's tent where they will be doing pineapple crafts, and we have face painting.
Specifically how to plant and how to grow a pineapple in your own backyard.
Yes. And of course, we will have a membership table because we are looking to increase the membership at the Indian River Historical Society.
I was going to say, we want to really be specific about that, because the Indian River Historical Society, and of course our office, TV, or I should say Buzz TV, is just across the street from the old train station. And that, of course, is where you find so much of the wonderful history.
Right.
And we can all stop in over there as well. But this event that we're talking about is going to be on the 19th of September.
Saturday week.
Just around the corner. So remember that you have to make those plans to be there. Shouldn't you make reservations? Or
No. It is going to be, we're going to hold it from 1 until 4, and there is a slight cost because we do need to cover our expenses, and it will be...
And maybe a donation as well, if you'd like to.
Oh, we would love donations, and we are looking, we will have a tent that will explain our future expansions there.
Good.
And we're looking for an outdoor kitchen where we can use the facility for cookouts and different activities, so it'll be fun.
Oh boy, well, we're going to just take that one more little 60-second break and then come back and really let you know how you can all participate in this wonderful, wonderful event taking place. Put it on your calendar right now on September the 19th, the Pineapple Homecoming. We'll be right back.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare Supplement Team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics. in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
And we are back. Here we are with this wonderful, because we're talking about the Historical Society right here in our own community in Vero Beach, but the Hallstrom House, a homecoming. You heard, if you were here with us just a few moments ago, when my guest was talking to me about Mary Frances, of course, Womack, and you were talking to us about growing pineapples, the Hallstrom House, a wonderful opportunity for all of us to get history back in our lives. And you get one of these as well?
Well, you can purchase this.
Oh, goody.
Lots and lots
recipes.
of pineapple recipes, from hors d'oeuvres to punches to desserts.
How
it's
about
great.
upside down pineapple cake?
Well, actually, we have upside down pineapple muffins.
Oh, how wonderful.
So, yeah, one
this
of our...
is going to be so much fun. And remember, that date is on September the 19th from 1 until 4 o'clock. You just need to be there, but where is where? 1732 Southwest Old Dixie. Okay, she's getting the years.
Yes,
Historical
19,
Society.
yeah.
Okay, so you just go down Old Dixie Highway.
Yep, cross
down
Oslo.
South of Oslo.
Yeah, and then you'll see bamboo. That's what I always look for. There are huge bamboo trees that are growing over, and then you just go into the parking lot.
And that home was built, that was started, and with the pineapple plantation in the early 1900s.
Early 1900s. We will soon be 100 years. The house will soon be 100 years old.
Oh, wow. Now, when you go in, you mentioned during the break there that they had some of her old original sewing machines were there. The old trestle, the one, that
treadle.
you do with the treadle, that you put absolutely. So you see a lot of that.
A lot of old things, real collectibles, yeah. But we just want to stress the fact that it is very family.
Oh, good. Bring your family.
Yes, bring the children, because they will love all the activities that we have. And
you said you have tents out there, and of course it's on the 19th of September, so it'll be warm, so come casual.
Right.
And enjoy, and don't forget, don't leave without purchasing one of these cookbooks. Because if you've not, in pineapples, I love pineapple. Very, very good for you too.
Oh, yes.
Incidentally.
And we will have someone talking about the nutritional benefits of pineapple.
Oh,
and
is there a website where we can get the outline of what's going to be happening?
It's not on the historical website currently, but I can suggest that, and possibly it'll go up.
Because, I mean, and when the lectures and various things are, because it does take place, it's not that long a time, it's 1 to 4 p.m., and it's on September the 19th, so you need to make plans right now. That's a Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, and a lot of things are happening, so put us at the top of the list.
Absolutely, and just whip down there and get history in your blood, because really, that really takes you right back. What did the Hallstroms do? Citrus. Went from
citrus.
Pineapple to citrus.
Right.
Was there a company, his citrus, I'm trying to think, was he with Dan Ritchie? Was he with Hale?
No, he was in the before days.
Okay, he was in the before
But he
days.
was very successful, and he ended up being president of St. Lucie County Bank well into his 70s and 80s, and just an amazing family. Of course, Ruth never married, and we have a lot of stories. If you take the tour, which this will include just a mini tour through the house, the admittance price. There are stories that we have guests that come that say, "Oh, I have a story," or "I grew up in the church that Ruth was in." So we love to share those stories as docents. Yes.
Well, if you want to know anything about the Treasure Coast, that's the date to mark on your calendar, September the 19th. Be there at the Hallstrom House, and of course it's Pineapple Homecoming, because all those pineapples are coming back to their original spot.
Right.
Oh boy, Mary Frances, thanks so very much.
You're welcome.
Coming
Thank you for having me.
Hope you enjoyed this edition of Buzz TV. We'll see you next time.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom, where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday, for all of your furniture needs.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage. but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Littlejohn, and I am here with the new Communications Director, and I'm going to give you all different titles here. You are the new Communications Director. Specialist, big honcho at our Indian River Charter High School, and I think that is so wonderful. And his name happens to be Kenneth George, and if I call him George, you'll understand why. But Ken George, everybody knows him, and of course it is exciting to have you here. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Do you know what I love to do first, though? And of course, I think everybody loves to know a backstory, Kenneth, and if you will, tell our viewers where you were before you came to Charter High School.
Well, I moved to Vero in December of 2013, and when I first came down here, I came here to finish my thesis of animation. And so I'm still involved in that, and I'm working on my film, but I've worked at various businesses in the city. I've worked at the Jungle Club, worked at GNC, so I did quite of a circuit before I actually found Charter.
So, and because who would have thought that you would get into a high school as communications director, but then also with this tremendous background that you have. And what do you think about Charter High School?
I think it's a fantastic, just very open, very creativity just flourishes there. And in fact, just outside my office, I'm hearing all day piano, the choir singing. It's just unbelievable.
Well, you know, when you go into an area where you have someone like Ray Adams, and I mean just all of those, and that choir that is so wonderful. I mean the voices, Gary Miller, and what he does, and his daughter, who is so phenomenal. I think she graduated. I don't know if she's still there, but
I've had the pleasure of meeting her now.
Oh my goodness, so many wonderful things that go on. And when you realize that really Charter High School now has this gentleman who, where did you go to school?
DePaul University in Chicago.
All right, and now you are bringing all of that with animation, digital animation. That is the thing of the future, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's kind of hard to find your niche because it's such a growing area. I specifically worked in 3D animation, and so I taught adjunct classes at DePaul for 3 years before I moved down here. And so I was looking for an outlet to keep involved with education. So it's interesting that it's just through some interesting circumstances that I found Charter. In fact, I'm a personal trainer as well, and one of my clients knew the previous communications director, James, and so I was able to be introduced to him, and so it was really interesting how I found the position.
How wonderful, just by communicating, talking with individuals, and understanding. So this is just really kind of wonderful to understand. And of course, when we realized that you were going to have the opportunity to come, or we were going to have the opportunity to have you on the show with us, I'm thinking, oh, what a great way, because we have so many wonderful high schools here. There's no question. But when you think really about Charter High School and all of the communications, the performing arts, and that's what it's all about. So hopefully we'll see an awful lot of you right here on Buzz TV. We're going to take a little 60-second break and then come back. No, we're not going to take another 60-second break. We're not, because I just got the word from, I thought I saw, 1 minute. No, we're going to take about 30 seconds. That's my boss out there telling me, see, we need you to.
I could dance, or I could,
all right,
you don't want me to sing.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Well, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, what we are doing, we are talking with Kenneth George, and he is, of course, with Indian River Charter High School. But what we're going to be talking about also when we come back is what is going on in the world of digital animation, because it seems to me that every day you turn around and you find something new and exciting coming on. But then people like me, like I, have no idea what to look for. And I also want to know, how do you know if it's real or not real? We'll be back and have that answered for you in just a moment.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics. in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare supplement team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
And welcome back, everyone. You're watching Buzz TV. I'm Marcia Littlejohn, and I'm here with Kenneth George. He is the new Communications Director and Specialist with our Indian River Charter High School. And I know we talked a little bit about your backstory, but I just happened to look down here. I know we're going to talk about Charter High School. Your granddaddy?
Yes, Grandpa Maxim.
Yeah.
Walter Maxim was spent 4 years here during World War II, working with the Navy.
Yes. Oh, see, there is so much history. This is so much fun and so exciting. But of course, as Communications Director at Charter High School, Kenneth, explain to some of our viewers, because we have viewers all over the world. That's what's so wonderful about internet television. And there's something very unique about our Charter High School. Explain what, if you were to just kind of give a synopsis of Charter High School here in Indian River County, what would it be? Sure.
From what I've come to understand is we are the only A high school in Indian River County, but what makes us unique is our visual and performing arts program. So it's a very dynamic program, and whether you're an artist in terms of you can draw, dance, sing, and students are all encouraged to get involved with the program. So you don't necessarily have to be naturally talented, so to speak. You're basically involved either way. So it's something that all students can get involved with, and they're encouraged to get involved with.
And where did you go to high school?
Wheaton-Warrenville South High School in Wheaton, Illinois.
Wheaton, Illinois. Okay.
Home where John Belushi of the Belushi Brothers grew up.
Okay, you gotta always drop one big name there, right? Well, that's kind of fun too, because that's a little performance oriented as well too, when you think about John Belushi. But really, when I think about Indian River Charter High School and all the unique, wonderful things that they're doing, their performances, you as Communications Director, if somebody's out there saying, how do I learn more about Indian River Charter High School, how would they find out more about it?
Well, I also, as part of the communications department, I work with I update the website, so we're always putting new content on the website, Indian River, or IRCHS.org, and so they can go on there and they can view the website. We have a lot of links for our different programs and information on all the different events happening.
Oh, that's good, because I can keep up with you, because boy, you are really, really busy. But I know that when we went out on that last segment, I asked you, because your specialty, of course, is digital animation and all these wonderful things. I happen to have a grandson who is in that same category, loves it to death.
It's a great field.
Yeah, but it's very important to have a college education to go along with it, isn't it?
Absolutely. Especially if you're looking to get into teaching. Working with colleges it's a lot of fun, because it's just such a creative environment, and you're always learning. Even as a teacher, you're just learning different things from the students. And
which is what you did.
Yeah, I worked as 3 years. I was an adjunct instructor for 3D animation.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so our students have an incredible opportunity to work with Indian River State College.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And in fact, 14.
We're going to talk about that when we come back. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll talk about some of those wonderful accomplishments that high school students, and of course your seniors when they graduate. But I think also one of the questions I want you to answer right here before we wrap this up, how can you tell if it's real or not?
In terms of
you have 20 seconds.
Computer-generated images? Well, that's the thing, is nowadays it's getting harder and harder. And one of the ways you can tell is just through the movement, the fluidity of how the characters move.
Okay. All right, hold that thought. We're going to come right back in 60 seconds and continue that, because it sure does confuse me. We'll be right back with Kenneth George of Indian River Charter High School. Marsha.
Hi, I'm Penny Chandler.
I'm Freddie Wolford.
I am Barbara Hoffman.
And I'm Gregory Simpson.
I'm here with Police Chief David Curry.
You're in good company on VeroBuzzTV.com, Vero Beach's local TV station on the internet.
I just love it.
Tell a friend.
We love y'all!
One-of-a-kind videos, unique perspectives, original programming, only on Buzz TV Network. Spread the word and tell a friend. Buzz TV Network is now the fastest-growing new media outlet on the Space and Treasure Coast. Follow Buzz TV Network and tell a friend.
And we are back indeed with Kenneth George, and of course we're wrapping up. You told me right during the break, though, when I asked you that question, how do you know with all this animation if it's real or not? And Photoshop. And everybody, you see this and you wonder if that sunset is really true. And how do you do that? What'd you say to me?
Well, you're not supposed to really know. It's that illusion. It's supposed to keep you within the magic. And actually, if it doesn't work, if you do see something off, then that's when it's broken.
Oh.
So that's our job as animators and visual effects producers to make sure that that illusion maintains its
But you
status.
know, I'm so thrilled because now with you there at Charter High School and you realize that with your background and all this wonderful opportunity for all the students at Charter High School to learn and really understand as you have, because you've gone right up in from college and on and into these various fields. But I think it's exciting. You started to talk about those 14 students.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
Last year we had 14 students graduate with an associate's degree from the State College, Indian River State College.
And they're high school students.
Mm-hmm.
They graduated with their high school degree, high school diploma, and...
In fact, the timeline was they actually got their degree first before they even walked and got their high school degree. So they received their associates 2 weeks before.
Oh, wow. And of course, I have to say the convenience is wonderful too, because Charter High School is right out there.
Proximity,
Their proximity is wonderful. But I love the philosophy too, Kenneth, because when you think about the teachers that are there, you're there because you want to be there.
Absolutely.
And the students are there because they want to be there, or their parents want them to be there.
Well, I just feel this vibe when I'm there, and I've come from the Midwest, and I feel like the students and teachers are they collaborate a lot closer than when I was used to when I was in high school, and it's just an incredible environment.
Now, it's my understanding there's going to be a film festival?
Yeah, so also in addition to working with the high school, I'm also part of a committee for the Vero Beach Wine and Film Festival.
Yes.
So it's the first of its kind, and that's going to be next June, the 9th through the 16th.
I think we had one of the ladies on the show talking about it, and everybody got excited because I don't know if you know it, but you're sitting right here in front of a set that came from a film. Because oh yes. Have you ever heard of Mashed Potato Players?
I have not.
Well, you will, because I can tell you that's what this is all about. But I have to say, Kenneth George, it is so much fun to have you here. The Vapa program, and of course, when you say Indian River Charter High School, you think Vapa, you think golf.
Golf, right.
Golf as well?
We're expanding, we're growing our golf program. Kurt Thull is heading that up. And so we're going to be doing some volunteer work in the fall with the amateur the golf amateur that's coming up in October.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, it's very exciting.
Well, you have to go in. Do you have a website quickly?
Yes, IRCHS.org.
All right. Kenneth George, the new communications director, and you can see he can communicate beautifully. Thanks for watching Buzz TV, and thanks to you, Kenneth George, for being with us. We'll see you next time. Marsha.
Hi, I'm Penny Chandler.
I'm Freddie Wolford.
I am Barbara Hoffman.
And I'm Gregory Simpson.
I'm here with Police Chief David Curry.
You're in good company on VeroBuzzTV.com, Vero Beach's local TV station on the internet.
I just love it.
Tell a friend.